Here we go. Here we go. Dave Johnson along with Bruce Murray. This is First 11, your DC United podcast. Everything you need to know in 11 minutes or less on your team, DC United. Remember, we're with you on the air at 7:15 Saturday night, DC United Club de Foot Montreal. Again, you can find us on 1190 AM, 101.1 HD2. Any smart speaker, iHeart app, Apple TV Plus. Yeah, just click on MLS local radio broadcast. DC United coming off a home win over Sporting Kansas City. That is so important. And for Bruce Murray, yes, indeed. Let's start there. Getting a win at home in front of the Audi Field supporters, so critical.
Oh, big factor. And we both know how much home wins mean to the staff, to the players, to the Chico stand. I mean, the players die when they can't close the game. They can't stand the fact that they can't close the game. And when they do that, I mean, it's such a relief, and the players are so happy, and they really, really care about the fans. And we talk to the players all the time, and it's such an important thing to get a home win.
And of course, how they were able to do it. Goalkeeper Kim Jun-hong, the secure hands.
It'll be a right-footed service into the box. Sent in, nodded forward. There it is for Kim. Oh! He's collided into, but he makes the stop. He took quite the punch on that one, and he is down, as is a Sporting Kansas City player. Bodies strewn across the grass here.
And if Aaron Herrera knows.
Yeah, he's a great keeper. First of all, I think he brings a ton of quality in that position, a ton of security for us. And I mean, as we all know, keepers aren't all there in the head. So I think it was really a no-brainer for him to come out for that ball and put his body on the line. And yeah, that's the kind of things that we expect from him, and we know he's capable of. And yeah, I think although the shutouts haven't begun yet, I think there's a lot of shutouts in our future, and I think he'll be a big reason for that.
Now, DC United getting the go-ahead goal from Jose Kojima. And, Bruce, we talked to Jose Kojima just a couple days before last Saturday's game. You had a sense it was coming.
Well, you talk about detail-oriented. He was in our box making a play and then getting up the field. But what he did was they had a soft zone going, right? And they had 5 players in their own box, Sporting KC. Kojima took a look, and he ran to a spot that he felt would be advantageous for a ball to come in. And sure enough, Peglo gets his head up, and all he has to do is just lead him in. And Kojima, though, has a lot to do at that point, right? He's got to kind of contort his body and kind of flick it backwards over the goalkeeper. But it's one of the best goals you're going to see all season.
All right. Now, some more insight from Troy Lesane on Jose Kojima.
When I look at Jose Kojima, it just brings a smile to my face, because every time I come into the building at 6:30 in the morning, I try to get here as early as possible. Inevitably, he's already here. He's already here. He's already looking at his laptop. He's already watching film. I think he beats virtually everyone into the building, with the exception of my goalkeeper coach and Matan Shostak, who is the head of our security. And that's who Jose is. Jose is a guy that he's not doing it to be noticed by anyone. He's doing it because that's his craft. He wants to be as professional as possible, and that's part of his routine. And it's coming from a really genuine place. And so, he studies the game. When he makes a late run like that, it's because he studied the game. I don't sit here and try to take any credit for that. The only credit that I would want to take is saying that's a player that we should bring into our club, because he's a player that fits our style. And Ali Mackay and Caleb Shreve and Eamon Dunleavy were right there with me, that everyone wanted to bring him here. And what I've heard from feedback is that he's just, from our fans, from just so many different people, he's someone that you can't help but notice and you can't help but support. And he energizes you, man. He's a multiplier, not a divider. And so I'm really, really thankful he's with us, and there's more to come for him. There's more to come.
Now, and fitting, João Peglo makes his debut. He's involved in that goal. What did you think of him?
Oh, Dave, he is such a good player. Consistently has the ball, runs at people, but then he's got David Schnegg behind him, so he can get inside. He can do a ton. Peglo is a really good player. I mean, we have picked up so many good players in the offseason, and the fans really don't know about these guys.
Well, and you mentioned David Schnegg. Again, I explain this even more, because you are just brimming with enthusiasm about both David Schnegg and Aaron Herrera and what they're able to do to ignite DC United.
There is no pair in the league that gets up the field like David Sneg and Aaron Herrera. It reminds me of Marcelo, the old Real Madrid fullback, where he just took control of the left side of the field. And David Schnegg is that player, and so is Aaron Herrera. They force our wingers inside. We have overloads in the middle of the field. There's nobody in the league that does this like those two players. It's incredible.
CF Montreal, Club de Foot Montreal. Why should DC United be concerned?
Well, they're really good on the counterattack. They work hard, but they also have players that can beat you with the dribble. They break lines with the dribble. They're dangerous, and they're one of those teams that's sitting in the last spot in the league. We should win this game, but at the same time, they're dangerous. So we have to be careful.
What's the key to stopping a counterattack?
Key is pressure on the ball. You have to pressure on the ball. When the ball's in that end of the field, just make sure that you push up and everyone defends. And, obviously Kim has to play high out of his goal, but that's the way you have to defend the counterattack. You can't sit, you got to be careful. You can't sit back and defend. DC United has to press in this game if they're going to be successful.
DC United Club de Foot Montreal, that's our Saturday offering. Again, you can find First 11, 11 minutes or less. All you need to know about DC United, wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, and iHeart. For Bruce Murray, I'm Dave Johnson.